Hello everyone, welcome to the Concept X. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the joint classifications. So we have three different types of joints. Number one is fibrous joints. Fibrous. Number two is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous. Yes, number three is synovial. So these are the three different classification of our joints. We can classify all of our joints among these three different classes. So what is the fibrous joints? First we'll discuss that one. This is the fibrous. As the name suggests, the articulating bones therein, if it is a hard bone or soft bone, doesn't matter, when they connect. For example, this is one bone and this is another bone. If there is no gap in between them, there is no synovial fluid, there is no synovial fluid and no cartilage, no synovial fluid and no cartilage. Both the bones, they are held together by some kind of tight, irregular connective tissue. So if both the bone are connected by some kind of tight, irregular connective tissue, then that kind of joints are called fibrous joints. One of the major example in our brain. In our brain we have different sutures. These are called sutures. These kind of sutures in our brain means brain joints. For example, this is temporal bone, this is parietal bone. Suppose this is temporal, this is parietal, this is occipital bone. This is frontal, for example. This is parietal, this is occipital, and this is temporal bone. So these, if it is a bone, then in between those gaps, for example, parietal and frontal, in between them we have frontal sutures. So sutures are basically, in mostly we can find in case of our bone, in case of our brains. So in that case, our brain joints are made up of this kind of fibrous joints. This is the first example. Second one is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous. So cartilaginous bones, they are basically covered. For example, this is one bone. So we have one cartilage. So this cartilage will connect both the bones. This is another bone. So in between our both the bone, we have that kind of cartilage. So this is bone number one. Suppose this is one cartilage, one articulate bone. This is another bone. Bone number one, bone number two. If bone number one and two are connected by some kind of cartilage, then it will be called as cartilaginous joints. Joints in which cartilage is present, that joint is called cartilaginous joints. Joints where no synovial fluid and no cartilage is present, that kind of joints is called fibrous joints. Here, no synovial fluid, no synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is not present, but cartilage is present. As the cartilage is present, that's why this classification name is cartilaginous joints. Next one is synovial joints. One example, I just forgot to give you the example. One example is when our femur is attached to our pelvic girdle. When our femur is attached to our pelvic girdle, so its shape is just kind of look like this. Femur is kind of look like this. So in that portion, so this part is called the epiphysis. and the dotted part is called the diaphysis. These heads are called epiphysis. Epiphysis. So this is also called epiphysis. So this is epiphysis, and dots are called diaphysis. This is called diaphysis. So when epiphysis and diaphysis connect, then at that time we have a cartilage present over here. So these, when epiphysis is a kind of bone and diaphysis is a bone, and combinedly both are called the femur, but in between the epiphysis and diaphysis we have some kind of cartilage, and that cartilage is, and that joint is called the cartilaginous joints. So here we have our pelvic girdle, when our head or epiphysis is attached with our pelvic girdle. So this is a, when femur attached with pelvic girdle, then this is called ball and socket joint. So ball and socket joint, this is the synovial fluid is present, but epiphysis of our femur and diaphysis, when these two bone connects, this is called the cartilaginous joints. But when femur and pelvic girdle will connect, it is called the synovial joints. So in this next point we'll discuss what is the synovial joint. So in case of synovial joint, we know that this is one bone and this is another bone. So in between both the bones we have some kind of synovial fluid. One kind of fluid is present, and the heads are covered with kind of cartilage. So the edges are covered with cartilage, and the space between both the bones, there is a fluid is present, which is called a synovial fluid. So here cartilage is also present at the edges of both the bones, and the space between both the bones, a fluid is present, which is called a synovial fluid. So these kind of joints are called synovial joints, where synovial fluid is present in between both the bones, or space in between both the bones. When kind of fluid is present, that fluid is called synovial fluid, and the space is called synovial space. So in synovial space, synovial fluid is present, that's why this joint is called synovial joint. Here we have no synovial fluid, only cartilage is present, which is indicated by the red color. So when epiphysis and diaphysis is connected by some kind of cartilage, then it is called the cartilaginous joints. And what is the fibrous joints? When there is no cartilage, no synovial fluid, only some kind of tight, irregular connective tissue, dense connective tissue is present, then in that case those are called the fibrous joints. So in fibrous joints we have no cartilage, no synovial fluid. In case of cartilage, no synovial fluid, only cartilage. And in case of synovial fluid, both cartilage is also present and synovial fluid is also present. So here both synovial fluid and cartilage is present. Here cartilage, in case of cartilage only cartilage is present. In case of fibrous, no cartilage and no synovial fluid. So this is the basic classification of joints. So in the next video we are going to make about the another classification from the another point of view. So hope you like this video. Thank you.